Have you ever stopped for a moment and asked yourself, what is it that you are truly seeking? Is it money? Fame? Relationships? Or perhaps, simply peace? It is strange, isn't it? We spend our entire lives running, striving, chasing. Yet somehow, we rarely pause to understand what it is that our hearts, our minds, and our very souls are yearning for. The truth about human nature, the essence of our psychology, is both simple and complex at the same time. On the surface, we appear rational, deliberate, capable of planning and controlling our lives. But beneath that veneer of rationality lies an intricate web of emotions, desires, fears, and habits that quietly guide almost every decision we make. Humans are often unaware of the invisible threads that move them. We think we act consciously, yet much of what we do is influenced by forces we barely notice. Our egos, our fears, our longing for validation, our need to belong, all of these subtly steer our actions, our thoughts, and even our perceptions of reality. The illusion of seeking. We often think, when I have this, I will be happy. When I achieve that, I will feel content. Yet, when we reach it, the satisfaction is temporary. Soon enough, a new goal emerges, a new desire arises, a new emptiness takes its place. Why does this happen? Human nature is deeply tied to comparison. We rarely experience life on its own terms. Instead, we measure ourselves against others, their achievements, their possessions, their choices. As long as comparison exists, peace remains elusive. As long as we need to prove ourselves, peace remains out of reach. As long as we need to win, our minds are restless. True inner peace does not depend on external conditions. It does not reside in possessions, in recognition, or in accolades. It is found only when we pause, when we listen, and when we stop chasing illusions. Listening to the quiet within. Every human being carries within them a subtle, quiet voice. It does not shout. It does not demand. It simply exists. Yet, how often do we hear it? We fill our lives with noise, phones, notifications, endless chatter. We fill our minds with expectations, our own, and those imposed by society. When we ignore this quiet inner voice, we remain lost, searching endlessly for something outside ourselves. Peace is not outside, it is the stillness within. Even 10 minutes of silence can begin to reveal what has always been there. It is in the moments of quiet reflection that we begin to notice the patterns of our thoughts, the triggers of our emotions, and the subtle drives of our behavior. This awareness is the first step toward mastery over oneself, and toward true calm. The nature of ego. One of the most influential elements of human psychology is the ego. The ego is neither inherently good nor inherently bad, it is merely a part of us. It motivates us, yes, but it can also mislead us. An unchecked ego creates unnecessary tension, conflict, and suffering. It wants to be right, to be seen, to be admired, to be superior. It drives us to control situations, judge others, and cling to imagined certainty. Yet when the ego is balanced, it is a source of confidence, clarity, and purpose. The challenge lies in recognizing the difference between constructive motivation and destructive pride. Ask yourself, are your choices driven by your authentic self, or by the voice of your ego? Fear, the hidden driver. Contrary to popular belief, humans rarely act purely out of desire for material gain or achievement. Deep down, much of what we do is influenced by fear. Fear of failure. Fear of judgment. Fear of loneliness. Fear of poverty or insecurity. Fear, when acknowledged and managed, can guide us. Fear, when ignored or denied, creates anxiety and paralysis. Curiously, what often frightens us the most is precisely what could lead to our growth. Public speaking terrifies some, yet it builds confidence. Taking calculated risks may seem daunting, yet it often leads to success and fulfillment. The key is to face fear gently, consciously, and with awareness. The need for validation. Modern life has amplified the human tendency to seek validation. Social media, in particular, has made the need for recognition almost a currency of self-worth. A post receives 100 likes, and our mood lifts. A post receives 10 likes, and doubt creeps in. Yet the truth is simple. Most people are absorbed in their own struggles, concerns, and routines. They rarely have the time to truly evaluate or judge us. When we base our sense of self-worth on the opinions of others, we surrender our inner peace. True validation comes only from within, from self-respect, self-awareness, and self-acceptance. Self-deception, the quiet betrayal. Humans are masters of deceiving themselves. We may be honest with others, yet we often hide the truth from ourselves. We justify anger. I am angry because they were wrong. The truth may be, our pride was hurt. We claim, I do not care about money, I care about peace. Yet when wealth comes, our sense of contentment often shifts, subtly or dramatically. Self-awareness is difficult because it requires honesty and courage. It requires facing uncomfortable truths, confronting our biases, and questioning our habitual narratives. Acceptance, the key to calm. A profound principle of human psychology is this. What we resist persists. What we accept transforms. Grief denied becomes a burden. Fear suppressed becomes anxiety. Anger ignored becomes bitterness. Yet when we say, yes, this is my fear, this is my limitation, this is my current reality, a lightness emerges. The weight lifts slightly, and we regain control over our inner world. Peace does not require perfection. Peace arises from acceptance. Letting go of control. Humans are driven by a desire to control the future, control outcomes, control the behavior of others. Yet life itself is inherently uncertain. No amount of planning can guarantee a particular outcome. No amount of effort can prevent change, loss, or imperfection. The more we cling to control, the more anxiety we feel. The more we surrender to the flow of life, the more we experience calm. Sometimes, peace comes not from winning or achieving, but from letting go. From releasing expectations, and embracing the present moment fully. Cultivating a relationship with the self. Humans invest tremendous effort in external relationships, family, friends, colleagues, lovers. Yet many neglect the most fundamental relationship of all, the one with themselves. Spending time with yourself is not selfish. Understanding yourself is not arrogance. Forgiving yourself is not weakness. When we are at odds with ourselves, the world feels harsh, empty, and demanding. When we are at peace with ourselves, even the smallest joys become meaningful. The simplicity of calm. True inner peace is simpler than most imagine. Less comparison. Fewer expectations. Greater gratitude. More silence. Even a few minutes a day, spent intentionally, can shift the mind from restlessness to clarity. Observe your thoughts without judgment. Feel your breath. Notice the sensations of your body. Through this practice, awareness grows. Through awareness, understanding grows. Through understanding, calm arises. Conclusion: the essence of human nature. Human psychology is layered, intricate, and often contradictory. Within every person, there is ego and humility, fear and courage, greed and generosity, love and longing. Our flaws are not failures, they are part of being human. The challenge is not to eliminate them, but to acknowledge, understand, and harmonize them. When a person understands their own mind, when they stop constantly seeking validation, control, and perfection, when they accept themselves fully, they begin to see life differently. The world does not need to change. Other people do not need to change. Even we do not need to become perfect. The burden lightens. Moments of joy and connection deepen. And in that lightness, the true meaning of peace emerges. It is not found in what we acquire, achieve, or control. It is found in what we release, accept, and feel. Calm is not a destination. It is the gentle unfolding of awareness within the heart and mind. And perhaps that is the essence of human nature, layered and perfect, yet capable of profound serenity.